Hello all, welcome back to Fallout 4. We are going to quickly go through a handful of mods today. Links and timestamps will be in the description below. So the first mod up on this list is Railroad Brown. It is a standalone railroad themed power armor paint. It is available for the 4 base game power armors and it has the railroad logo on the chest. It is not present here on the T60, most likely because I have too many T60 mods and it may be a conflict. So it's a great looking paint and I'm going to add this to my list. Brown really isn't a color that I use too much outside of leather, but I can actually see myself using these in the future. Now the next mod up is Vertanen House, and you can find this up the road from the Drumlin Diner. This is made by Ragoda, so it should be safe to use. You can build high and a good space around the area. I started building a fence around this place just to get started on the blueprint. I exported this with transfer settlements and it exported just fine. The only issue that I had with this mod, however, was some parts on the hill going up to the house, there was like a collision problem on the ground. So it was kind of wonky placing items here. Like if I wanted to do like a rug glitch, I would have to place the rug at the bottom of the hill and place the object on it and then grab it and bring it back up the hill, because it was just like the items was kind of like going through the hill partly. So it's just a small issue that, you know, I was dealing with. I think overall that this settlement is really good and it's something that I'm going to hold on to. So this next mod is called the Waterfront Settlement Project, and it's like right over here. Like I'm standing at the Boston airport and it's like right across the water where those super mutants are, and they're still here even with the mod installed. But you could look inside the shed right there and you could actually see the workbench. So I'm going to clear the super mutants from here and then we're going to activate the workshop. This is actually a pretty good location. I'm not going to build too heavy on it because it's so close to the airport and I already have like a fortress over here, but it still seems pretty interesting. So I'm going to clear these mutants out real quick and then we're going to get started. Okay, so when you come over here, it has a map marker, the Long Wharf. So I'm just gonna go and activate the workbench. Alright. See what we could scrap over here. Bench, the post. And I have this at the bottom. The only thing that's below this is start me up in the dance dilemma. So yeah, you can scrap. You can't scrap this part, sadly. But at least you could scrap most of the mutant stuff, and whatever you can't scrap from them, you could probably like cover it with like pillar glitching or rug glitching, something. Okay, like so this settlement doesn't have a barrier. Like you can't see the marker of how far you can build out. But you know how we do. I want to test the height. Going up there pretty high. Whenever you see it go really high like this, it's a good thing, because you know, if you can't build out much, at least you can build up high. So this settlement is okay, but I think it's a little too close to the Boston airport, and there's a lot of things in here that you can't scrap. Like you got to be real careful about what you scrap, because then you have items that are just floating in the air, because this isn't scrappable. Neither are these ash piles or this floating toolbox, this crate. So yeah, you gotta just be careful about that. I think this is one of those settlements where you just mostly have to build around instead of just scrapping what's already here. I'm actually not gonna keep this one.